Hello everybody, so today in this video I want to talk a little bit about my no Facebook experiment that I had done and started recently earlier this year. Okay, so I've done no Facebook experiments quite frequently over, my time of being alive or whatever, and so I've noticed some benefits and I've noticed, a couple other things. So first of all, the benefits I experienced are very, very simple and they're not what you would expect. So basically, first of all, my intention was basically to regulate my dopamine because, Facebook and Instagram and things like that, using them mindlessly can desensitize your brain to normal stimulus because, seeing your girlfriend's, face, your friend's dog, and then several statuses about Barack Obama all within a minute on your Facebook news feed can be very overstimulating to the brain, even worse than television. Okay, it's kind of like the cons of television but times like 1,000. Okay, because channel surfing and things like that tend to numb the mind. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go talk to your grandpa. But essentially, yeah, so Facebook's supposed to numb the mind, numb the dopamine receptors, and yada yada. But that really wasn't the big benefit I got from Facebook, and I'll explain more on that later. The big benefit that I got from no Facebook was simply being less irritated, because I wasn't exposed to a bunch of irrational statuses and people sharing dumbass memes I don't care about, and people just talking about things they have no clue about, sharing, police brutality videos and fucking animal abuse videos and things like that really are unnecessary for the most part, and that people only share because they're triggered by it. People have a habit of being emotionally charged by something and then suddenly just reacting to it rather than responding to it. People don't take the time to actually think, what is the most beneficial action I can take on this? What are the effects going to be? What are the consequences going to be of my actions? They just react to things. They just share a bunch of things, share their opinions and things, and don't think about the repercussions. Don't think about does this even make sense? Yada yada. And next thing you know, they're kind of they don't realize it, that they're unconsciously passing along a cycle of pain, a cycle of hatred, and yada yada. It's unfortunate because they're so trapped in this that if they hear somebody like me saying this, they're going to be triggered once again, and that same cycle of pain is going to repeat itself for that individual and whoever chooses to listen to the things that they have to say. They think that they're doing good for society, but unfortunately, they're doing much more harm than good, but they can't see it because they're too much in their emotions and not in their thoughts or their rationality, or even in their body. Anyway, so all that unconscious behavior and nonsense from Facebook on the Facebook news feed used to really trigger me, and I'd find myself it just was unbearable. Couldn't handle it. I'd spend way too much time arguing with people and getting nowhere, and it just made me hate the human race. Well, not really hate the human race, but just it opened my eyes to just how irrational a lot of the people I thought I knew actually were, and that was sad. That was just hard for me. So being on Facebook in that way all the time, with no breaks, I just was overwhelmed by the ignorance and the annoyance. So when I removed Facebook from my life for a month, 2 months, it gave me some time to relax. It gave me some time to I know it sounds crazy, right? But it actually is that big of a deal. It gave me some time to kind of live my life away from that nonsense. And you really don't realize just how much of your thoughts are created from things like Facebook and the news and TV until you take a break from them for a while, until you can experience life in your own body, through your own eyes, on your own day-to-day experience. Now, I did notice doing no Facebook, pretty much the same thing as no porn. I realized I had a lot of time on my hands that I was not utilizing. You know, if people think like, oh, I have no time, blah, blah, blah. Well, actually, you have plenty of time, you just don't use that free time wisely. Most people spend too much time on Facebook, too much time watching porn, and when you remove these things from your life, the problem is no longer, oh shit, I don't have enough time. The problem is now, holy fuck, what do I do with all this time? Really crazy how that works out. So, you know, those were the main benefits really. Had more time, and gave my brain a break from stupidity, and it helped me develop a healthier outlook on people too, because now it doesn't bother me. Now I just realize, oh, everyone's got their own way of viewing things, and if they choose to use rational thought, that's cool. If not, then oh well, you know what I mean? Nothing I can really do about it. And so I can now use Facebook as a beneficial tool for communication, which is what it was meant for, really, connecting with people, you know. But the problem is when you use Facebook as a stimulation, as, you know, something to fill your boredom, fill your time with. Boredom is actually a positive thing. It really is. There's science behind that. People need to be more bored. I didn't realize that until I removed Facebook, but you know, so yeah, I mean, now I can use now I just use Facebook to message my friends and to, you know, keep in contact with the few people that I really care about, and to create new friendships with people I care about. Facebook's almost like a catalog, you know. You get to see what people are posting, and then get an idea of like, well, you know, what is this person like? And then you can choose from this catalog. You can choose who you want to get closer to, who you want to be friends with. And, you know, the fact is I've actually created a lot of great relationships, you know, friend-wise, you know, from Facebook. I've gone on a lot of great dates from people on Facebook, and I've actually established a pretty good reputation in where I live on Facebook. Back when I was in a band, it was a great tool for networking, and it still is. It's a great tool. So that's basically, you know, what I see and what I use it for now. And as long as you use Facebook in that way, it will benefit your life and it'll serve you. But if you're using Facebook in a diseased way that most people are, where you're just like, you know, bored, and you know, troll on people, argue with people, you pay attention to shit you don't care about, and you're scrolling on the news feed too much, when you're just going down the news feed and reading all this shit unconsciously, like, look, that's a disease. It causes dis-ease. It's not good for you. But it didn't give me, you know, being away from Facebook didn't produce the change that I really wanted in my life. What I ultimately realize now, you know, and by the way, I actually got banned from Facebook for joking around twice in the last like 2 weeks, crazy enough. So it kind of sucks. I can't joke around, you know, without Facebook banning me for dumb things. Like I posted a status about how proud I am to be German, and I made a joke like hashtag European conqueror, and I got banned for racism, which was really retarded. There's absolutely nothing racist in that at all, really. Yeah, so I realize now that the big transformation that I was wanting was actually like spending time away from my phone. Like, instead of saying no Facebook, like, look, use Facebook, okay? Absolutely remove porn though. But the big transformation in my mood and my well-being, like, honestly, I feel like most people's depression and anxiety and social problems and things really just come from too much smartphone, like too much overstimulation. This can be television, video games, yada yada, but the smartphone's the bad one, because you could take the smartphone anywhere with you, and it's really bad, absolutely bad for your brain. This is where the dopamine sensitization comes from. The problem is people are lethargic and apathetic towards natural life because they're spending so much time like on their smartphone. And I honestly feel very strong about this. I feel like this is a big thing, and I believe in this 100%. It's really amazing just how amazing the results I've gotten through this. Even within a couple days of limiting your smartphone usage, you'll experience big time results. I thought that, I had something wrong with my brain. I thought that, like I needed a change in my life, which is always a good thing. Variety is the spice of life. But what I realized is, staying away from Facebook is nothing. I just spend so much time researching, a lot of time just watching YouTube videos for hours and hours, and I just realized this is just like sucking the creativity and inspiration, sucking the dopamine out of me. And so what I do now is throughout the entire day, I basically just leave my phone in the car, besides like music or something, or I only use my phone for music or messaging people, and then obviously watching my favorite like YouTubers, but I only allow myself like an hour a day to use like Instagram and YouTube and shit. I only watch the shit that benefits me. For example, my channel, all the philosophy, psychology, all the good information for people. The fact that you can ask me questions and stuff, and if they're good questions, I'll give you my information and answer them. Just limiting smartphone usage is a big one. And the thing is, like, because I noticed like a big correlation. First of all, everyone I know that is super like depressed and they're always like complaining about depression and boredom, they're the same people that are like always on Facebook. And like I said, Facebook's not the problem, but I thought it was because of this. They're always like posting memes and crazy shit throughout the entire fucking day on Facebook. But now I realize it's just that they're always on their smartphone, and they're the same people that like when you hang out with them, they'll always be on their phone. And then like they wonder why they feel so bad. It's because your brain is not meant to be living life through a smartphone. Like, limit that shit to an hour a day. And then people say, well, but I'm so bored though without it. It's like, listen, that's a good thing, okay? Really, I know it's scary to change your life. Like, that's the ultimate disease in the world, is people are scared of changing, right? They don't believe they can. But if you can't live your life without your smartphone, like, this is a serious problem. This should be taken very seriously. This means that you need to create cool things in your life, like, because that was my thing, is like, when I lost my previous life purpose, I felt like identityless, like I didn't know who I was. And so I was, I felt so like sick. I was always on my phone researching how to reverse diseases and this and that. And that's created all the knowledge I have now to where I can share with people all my psychology and all this stuff. But I was always on my smartphone. I'd be at the gym and I was so addicted to it, I couldn't sleep because I had always had the urge to research things on my smartphone. And I notice a lot of people with insomnia problems, people with insomnia, a lot of them, not all of them, they seem to be like those science-based people who are craving new information all the time, and so they're always on their fucking phone. It fucks up their sleep cycle. So it's incredible just how significant of an impact the smartphone had on my life, and I never realized it till now. So anyway, I'm gonna make a completely different video about like limit your smartphone, or no smartphone all of a sudden, right? No FAP, no porn, no Facebook, and now no smartphone, right? Like, what's next? Like, no food, right? No drink, no life, I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, oh well, this is where I'm at. So let me know what you think down below in the comments, and I'll talk to you soon. Let me know, have you ever tried no Facebook? And what do you think about Facebook? How do you think you should use Facebook? Same thing with the smartphone thing. Let me know what you think about limiting smartphone usage. All right, thank you very much. Let me know.